Welcome back, movie lovers. If you are not aware from all of the indications, this is the spoiler-filled review of The Disaster Artist. So if you're watching this, I want you to know that there will be spoilers. I will be giving away a lot of plot points, and I will be giving away the ending. So if you were looking for the regular review, you can click the link in the description for that, but you have been warned. So everybody, let's talk about The Disaster Artist. First off, I've been doing a lot of research. I'm trying to see how accurate this might be compared to the actual filming and everything. And I want to say that most of what everybody said is, for the most part, it is accurate. There's only one part that was kind of Hollywooded up, and we'll get to that at some point in here. But Tommy being Tommy, he actually has been ambiguous on how accurate this is as well. In one interview about the book this is based off of, he said it was only 40% accurate, but then when he saw the movie, which apparently was very, very true to the book, he said 99% accurate. So, like I said, Tommy being Tommy on all that stuff, if you know what that means. But anyway, let's talk about certain points of this movie, and let's talk mainly about the whole story. Okay, I want to get the main theme out of this. I love the fact that they could show this movie how much of a failure it was, how everybody doubted, but no matter what, Tommy stayed true. This whole story to me is about someone staying true to what they believe in, to making sure that they stick to their guns no matter what people say. It's not about other people. It was about him in this one and him trying to make the best movie he could. And if that's the best movie he could, then good for him. But staying true, I think all of us these days could actually really benefit from that. Not just trying to make everybody happy, which I think is a lot of what Hollywood has done these days, but staying true to yourself, making sure you have a movie, not caring so much about the critics or how much money you're going to make. And now, before you like berate me on this, I know Tommy has like the infinite well of money, so it really doesn't matter too much on that. But the fact that even when his main supporter Greg went against him, he still kept to it. I mean, he still kept all of that. So I thought it was a very well done movie from that point, but I want to talk about a few individual points on this. Um, the ambiguity of Tommy is obvious out there in the world today. If you do any sort of research, there's so many people that talk about we don't know these facts. Where is he from? What's he like? But no matter what, he at least kept his story straight. He said he was from New Orleans. Okay, and I did enjoy that and everything. And he has done that, and this movie just really captured that. The creation of the room was just fantastic. Tommy trying to do all of that. I really enjoyed, especially the scenes where Tommy tries to act as well. James Franco, if you didn't know how he did this, he actually stayed in character through the entirety of filming. He never left the Tommy Wiseau character for this, and it was just incredible how accurate this was. But going through the different scenes and I want it this way, I don't care what you think, I don't, just sticking to it, that was so well done. The scene on the rooftop, okay, I mean, if you did not enjoy that scene on the rooftop, then you were not paying attention, because first off, the final result of that is nothing short of hilarious. You watch the film and you're like, oh man, why did this even make the cut? But then when you see that scene, and they had to take almost 70 takes or more than 70 takes to get it right, and everybody was getting frustrated. And I think it's really telling when the entire cast, not just the script supervisor, was reciting the line to Tommy, as in everybody, we know this, why can't you get this? We have to move on. And then I also liked, as you were doing all this, down in the corner, seeing what shoot of or what day of the shoot it was and how it kept going over and over and over and everything until eventually they were so far over that they just couldn't afford anything anymore. The way Tommy tried to save money cutting off the heat and stuff, that was quite accurate and just a little, I'm gonna say that part was like really crazy, but apparently from what I've read, that's really, really close to how that happened. So that's just a really good rendition of all of that. But I want to talk about the ending. Okay, I want to talk about the ending. And as you know, I'm a teacher. I see stuff like this all the time, and I'm not gonna lie, I've seen projects come through to where the kid is super, super proud of it. I mean, the kid is just like, yeah, this is, I did so much work. I did so much work. And you look at it and you're just like, oh man, why? Why would you think this is good? And once again, if my students happen to be watching this, no, I'm not going to tell you which ones that is. So just don't even try. But you've all seen them too. Okay. And you've been very nice not to say it to these people. But there's just been these projects you're like, I don't get it. How do you think this is good? But they're just so proud of it. Or they'll give me pictures. Or they'll give me pictures. And to me, I don't know if it's my teacher instinct or whatever, but it feels like I just have to, praise them a little bit before giving them a semi bad grade, if I have to. But if they follow the project, I mean, obviously they don't. But when we got to the end of this movie, and Tommy's sitting there just so proud of what he made. He's sitting there, he's smiling. Everybody else being in the production is like, this is going to be terrible. Why do we even come to this? Everything. And then all of a sudden, they're trying to be nice, but they can't hold it anymore, and they're laughing. And they start laughing. They start cheering at how bad this was. Now, this is the part that I'm talking about was Hollywooded up. Initially, there was no cheering. There was laughing at the premiere. In fact, one person that was there, Robin Paris, talked about how people would have had actually left in the first 5 minutes, and the ones that stayed kind of had polite applause, and no one really stood up or anything. It was just, it wasn't that way. So it was one of those things where, in order to get this story and the point across, they had to basically combine what was 5 years of all of this into like 5 minutes. So that was why that had to be hollowed out to go through. But then when Tommy sees the joy that he brought to these people, not the joy he was expecting, but the joy that he actually brought to him, I thought his transformation and Greg helping him along with that. And then one thing I did like about Dave Franco on this is when Tommy went up, Greg went from the supportive friend trying to make his friend feel better to actually thinking, wow, we made something that people actually enjoy. And it's one of those things where, you just get more and more invested, and, you have all these stories, and we've all had those moments. And I thought the last scene of that was very, very well done. Some of the directing choices with this, um, opening it up before you even get to the story and having actual modern people talk about the influence of the room was just fantastic. They're people that we've all seen. We may not exactly know their names, or we might have to look it up or wait for the credits again because, by the way, they list them all. It really shows how much of a following this has now, and how, even though it's by all standards a bad movie, you have people that absolutely love it, and you have movies like that all over the place. I mentioned in my last review Rocky Horror Picture Show, and for those of you that love it, I'm not bashing on it. I love watching it. I love watching Rocky Horror, but when you look at it from an actual critic's eye and how the movie is, it's not a good movie. It's not. Theoretically, it's not good, but it's fun. And in my opinion, movies are supposed to be fun, so it did its job, and I actually do enjoy it. So don't bash on me about Rocky Horror, okay? I love it. I love it. It's a great, great movie to watch and really fun. But anyway, with that part, and then I have to talk about the end. Okay, after the story's done, and they had the actors go through and recreate the scenes from The Room. I thought that was brilliant. And at the same time, I don't think I would have thought it was brilliant if the actors hadn't done such a great job. The Franco brothers, both of them, absolutely nailed Tommy and Greg and how they did it in the film. I mean, it lined up almost perfectly, especially James's Tommy. Everything was just so well done, putting it together. You got to see how that was. It's just, wow. I mean, this film was so well done, so put together. I absolutely loved it. As of right now, I'm going to say it on, let's see here, December 14th of 2017. It is my front runner to win Best Picture. Now, I have a lot more to see that are on the radar, and obviously some haven't come out yet to the general public. But for now, this was a fantastic movie. I absolutely loved it. So really, guys, go see it. Show it some love. It really deserves it. And so, if you get a chance, definitely go see it. It's great. So this has been my spoiler-filled review of The Disaster Artist. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me hear what you want to think about it, or what you thought about it. And let me know. Okay, I'd love to have a discussion about this. But anyway, God bless all of you, and that's a wrap.